Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tuesday, so we're here with Terry Johnson online, all the way from New York City. And we want to give a shout out to my co producer, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and my partner. So today on Tuesday, we talk about social media marketing, and we have our guru in the house. So guys, get your pencils out and get ready because she's going to be sharing some things with you that you will want to implement in your business and keep in mind when you're marketing. So without further ado, I introduce to some and present to others Miss Terry Johnson from New York City. How you doing
Hello.
today?
I'm doing better. I was a little under the weather last week. After the show, it just kind of hit me. So last Tuesday, I was, good, but then I didn't get all the things I wanted to accomplish this week, which was the notes from last month's Back to Basics series. We did the whole 4
Yes.
weeks of basics of digital marketing, and I promised you
Mhm.
guys handout. I have them. I'm finishing them up today. I just last week just knocked me out, which was
Wow.
surprising because I haven't been sick for a long time. So,
Mm,
and no, I'm feeling better. Thank you. I'm feeling better. It's
thank
not a problem.
goodness.
Um, but if you still want the notes,
Mhm.
let me bring up.
Okay, and let me go to my
Mm-hmm.
Facebook because I'm sharing this.
Okay,
Hold
no
on.
problem. We're at the beginning of the discussion, the chat, so we getting things together. So
Okay.
remember, go to dmsreboot.com. That's where you can put your email address, get on the list. It's not to sell you anything, it's to give you information because we're always here to help. Okay, so go
Mhm.
there, get on the list. I'm going to be sending that out. Sorry for the delay, but things happen. What can I say? What can I say? Things happen. But
Life happens. Hmm.
yeah, so you know, um, that's it. So it's gonna be a wrap up of all of last month because September was our Back to Basics series where we talked about the basis of digital marketing. So I really want you guys to get that. It's going to be the links to the replay and everything, so you can follow along and do what you have to do. Those links will be there. Okay, thank you very much. So it's
Hmm.
dmsreboot.com. And let's see who is here. Oh, that's you, Carolina, saying morning. Well, morning. I'll say
Yes,
good morning.
I, I shared it out to my page. So I'm like, okay.
Well, see, that's a good reminder,
Hmm.
to for this marketing chat that we do every week. Bring more people to the chat, to the party. Share this out on whatever platform you happen to be on. We happen to be everywhere. I'm not going to list them; it's too long to list. But if
Hmm.
wherever you are, there is a share feature. So we ask you to do us a favor and share this out if you would be so
There's
kind.
Cecilia.
Thank
How
you
you
so
doing,
much.
Cecilia? Yep.
Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Good
Good morning,
morning. How are
Cecilia.
you? Good to see you. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so like I said, share this out. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, welcome everybody to this week's marketing chat. I'm Terry Johnson, your digital marketing strategist. We talk about content marketing, we talk about social media marketing, email marketing, branding, SEO, websites, content. The list is so long, I forget. So, I hope I got everything in there. So basically, it's all the stuff that you need to know to grow, run your business online, and be more successful and get your goals accomplished. So that's pretty much why businesses are getting online on social media. I hear a lot of talk in all the groups that I'm in, that everyone is like, oh, this is so hard. Why is it not working? The biggest complaint is with Instagram. Um, you know, what can I tell you? I'm here to help you figure out the mess.
Mhm.
Figure out the mess because it,
Wade
it is
through
a
it.
mess.
Help
Yeah.
us wade through it, Terry.
Khalid is here. Good morning. How are you? I'm glad to see you. I have your email. Don't worry, Khalid. And like I said, if you're just joining us last week, put me in a loop. And I was just like, you know what? I got a break. And that's what you have to do sometimes as a business owner, as whatever you're doing online, you just don't feel like doing it.
Mhm.
Hey, Pat, you just don't feel like it. So I'm back up now. So I'm getting back into the swing of it. So let's get started with today's topic, which is what's your intent? What's your
Mhm.
intent? What's your intent online? What are you trying to accomplish? And I mentioned intent because it has to do with the basics that we talked about last month. The first one was keywords, right? Remember we talked
Mhm.
about keywords, and keywords are simply the words, the phrases that you use in your industry that people use to search with in Google, or now a lot of searching happens in social media with Instagram and also with Pinterest. There is
Mhm.
some searching. I did mention this, that there is starting to be some interest with keywords on Facebook. I've started to use them. I don't know if you've noticed. I have most of my posts. I try to put some hashtags. So hashtags are keywords with the little hash with that symbol in front of it. Remember? So people are starting to use hashtags in places where they weren't used before. So
Mhm.
Pinterest is one, Facebook is another. Facebook did not announce that they, hey, we could use hashtags. It's pretty much that. And let me move my mic because I noticed it was pointing the wrong way. I want you guys to hear me.
We can hear you
All right,
fine.
yeah. Okay. So it was pointing the other way. I'm like, that's not gonna pick up my voice. That's not gonna work. All right, so we talked about keywords, we talked about hashtags. And
Mhm.
hashtags are we said hashtags were important for a way for you to be discovered on these popular apps, because this is the number
Mhm.
one complaint. How do I get seen? How do I get my business or my brand to attract followers? How hashtags is one of them. It's not perfect. It's not going to guarantee you eyeballs and views and new people, but if you use the new features on all of the social media apps, like right now, Instagram is making changes to Reels.
I
So they
saw
really,
that.
Mhm. So they're increasing the length of the Reels from 15 seconds to 30 seconds. It's still not as good as TikTok, but we're not going to talk about TikTok now. If you don't know the reasons why to use TikTok, ask me in the chat or send me a DM or send me a message somewhere and we'll talk about it. But um you really need to use the new features whenever Facebook, and this is particular with Facebook and Instagram, whenever they have a new feature that they're so proud and happy of, use
Mhm.
it because it's going to push your content to the forefront more so than it was before. So
Okay.
Facebook for the last maybe 2 years, I want to say 2 or 3 years, but we've been doing live streaming for longer than that, so it feels longer to us. Really, Facebook started pushing live video, live streaming in the last 2 years because they, want to up their video, excuse me, video side of the apps. Here, there's my voice breaking. Facebook wants to push their video side of their platform because they want to compete with YouTube.
Mhm.
So that's why they want you to make video, upload video. That's why they have captions, and they're doing all of this. And now you can get ads in your video and possibly get monetization from your ads and monetization. So they're trying to bring that in slowly by pushing the live video, and they want you to use it. Also, Facebook wants you to use groups. That's another discussion I saw in one of my groups, so to speak, the other day, that someone was saying, well, what do I do? Do I, do this and that? And the answer from the administrator of that group was like, well, Facebook wants you to use groups because they're pushing groups. Whenever they start talking about something, and this is Facebook, whenever they start talking about something, they really want you to use it, and they're going to push you. It's like a rising tide. They're going to, put your content at the top because you're using live video instead of doing text only or photos. Now, not to say that you can't do all of that stuff as content. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that The name of the game, and this comes up because I saw a story today about the social dilemma. Has anybody heard of that? Is it
Mm.
the social dilemma? It's on Netflix, and it's
No.
some kind of documentary or movie or something about using social media, and it's supposed to be skewed toward, social media is controlling our minds, and it's,
Oh,
cyber ops, and it's bad and this and that. So I really haven't watched it because I'm like, I don't really care about that side of it. But there's a
mhm.
agenda to push that side, that basically they're saying that Facebook and Instagram is psychologically controlling you by making the apps addictive.
Oh,
What do you think
I
about that?
saw a promo for, yes,
Yeah, I saw a clip on
something's
the
coming
Today
up.
Show. I
Yeah,
saw a clip on the Today Show online, and they were talking to Adam. I forgot his name. He's
on
running Instagram
Instagram.
now.
Hmm.
Moose, yeah, he's running Instagram right now. And the reporter asked them about, oh, is it true that Facebook and Instagram is making us get addicted to? And I'm thinking, well, okay, it's the same as Vegas. When people go to Vegas, are they making you go?
Well, I don't think it's even the same as that. I think it's, he was saying that they're helping you curate your feed to what you want.
Yes,
So
yes,
if you like whales, they're sending you links to stuff that's
yes,
talking about whales.
yes, yes,
It's based on your choices, not theirs.
exactly.
Um, yeah, and I think that is a, a misunderstood concept.
Yes, it is. That's why when I hear buzz about a certain thing that surrounds social media, digital marketing, like this social dilemma, I don't know if it's documentary or movie or film on Netflix, some kind of piece of video, and everybody's talking about, oh, did you see how social media is controlling us? And I said this time and time again, social media does not control you. It's a
You,
tool.
you know why I'm laughing, Terry? I'm laughing because I'm sure that if we go back and look at newspaper articles from the 60s and the
Yes,
70s, we will
yes.
find the
And the
same,
50s. They
we
said
will
the same thing about TV.
exact about TV.
They said the same thing about radio.
Exactly.
Now,
They did. And rock
let me
and roll.
yeah, yeah, rock and roll, Elvis Presley gonna, turn your kids into all kinds of, it goes back over and over history. You can look at any kind of industry where there's a change, a disruption
Hmm.
from the old crew who don't like it, and then the kids like it. They don't like it. It's a bad thing. Khalid says, I can't take seriously a film like The Social Dilemma, which seemingly wants to hold one company accountable for every change society has undergone since it was founded. See, that's
Okay.
why I haven't really watched it or paid
Well
attention.
stated.
Thank you, Khalid. I love that perspective. Perspective. That's a great one. And that's exactly why I haven't watched it yet. I may watch it later. I don't know. But see, my standpoint, and I said it a lot of times here, I could go back and maybe string all the time. Social media is like a screwdriver. It's a tool. It's a bad tool in a bad person's hand, and it's a good tool in a good person's hand. It's
There you
the
go.
intent, which is why I'm talking about what's your intent. We're getting into the internet and social media now. We've gotten over the wow. Look at when you first get a toy or a new car or a new whatever, and it's like, oh, the shiny object. Oh, look
Hmm.
at this. Oh, I love it. Oh. So we're over that wonderment of, look, isn't this thing great? Look at what you can do. We're getting in down into the use of it as it's a part of our lives, and it's not that shininess anymore. And more people are coming on doing
Hmm.
nefarious, not so great things with it. But other people, because we talked about this last week, I think, about the story, the elderly lady that the neighborhood came over and fixed her whole
Yes.
house. Remember we talked about that? That
Hmm.
started from social media. So what if
Hmm.
we didn't have social media? That elderly lady would be sitting in a dilapidated house, falling around her, and she doesn't have any help.
That's true. Think
So
of all the good GoFundMe's have done.
GoFundMe. There's so many. I remember we talked maybe last year or two about a man with a donut shop, and nobody. I think it was Houston or somewhere, and no one was coming to the. It was grand opening, and nobody was coming to the donut shop. His son happened to be
Mhm.
on Twitter,
Mhm.
Snapchat, whatever it was. And he posted a picture of his father looking so sad. Oh, my dad opened this new donut shop and nobody's coming. And I remember the story. Everybody came from all over, from out of town, from out of state to buy donuts because of
To support him.
the truthfulness of it, the heartfelt emotion of it. It was a story. People want to help now, and don't listen to, and this is what I'm saying, don't listen to the media and all this stuff about, I don't, here's another thing, I don't watch the 11 o'clock news. This is me. I don't watch 11 o'clock news because I don't want to go to bed on that sense of,
Mm.
and
Mm.
especially here in New York, it's this happened and that happened, and now it's even more now because of the pandemic. So there's more stories about crime and more story, and I'm like, I don't want to go to bed like that because that's in my
Mhm.
head. So I don't watch the news. So I'm saying a lot of the stuff, I don't know how to tell you to do this, but I get my news from Twitter or YouTube, and not to say that that's a good place. I know
Mhm.
to seek out good people. So you have
Mhm.
to have a discernment and realize and judgment and say, this person is speaking a truth that speaks to me,
Mhm.
and I'm going to follow them. And now is on the other side of that too, there's the other people who talk about the things they talk about, which may not be helpful to society, but they have followers too. That's the nature of the tool. Social media is another thing, a bread knife. I mean, you use a knife to cut bread and stuff, but you also use a knife as a weapon. Some people see what I want you to get is the intent of the person using it. And it's hard for us now to say this is good, this is bad, whatever. You
Mhm.
have to do it kind of subjectively on your own. So you have to look at the intent of the content. And you
Gotcha.
look at the whole picture of it. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this part of the intent. I was really talking about the way people are searching now, but this fits into it also with your intent and bringing up the social dilemma. So I'm choosing not to watch it because I know, and Khalid has told me, validated, I don't need to watch it because they're talking about the negative, the bad. Social media is bad. Well, TV was bad, like Carolina just brought up. People were saying,
Let them tell it. Remember, they said if we
yeah,
sat in front of the TV too many hours, it would
yeah,
corrupt the
it
youth.
would
And
rot your brain. Here's another one: video games.
Mhm.
I remember when video games first came out, and it was like, oh, all the parents, it's gonna rot your brain. It's gonna make the kids rotten. They're not gonna learn nothing. They're gonna be dumb and stupid. Well, guess what? Video games is now this $1 billion industry. People are engineers, are learning code and writing new games, and people with creative talents have a job and they're doing things all because of the video game that was going to rot the kids' brain, right?
Exactly. A whole new industry.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of jobs around the globe.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
John.
Communities of people, of users that get
Mhm.
together. I heard the stories, people getting married playing some world or something, or people
Oh,
met
some virtual
online.
world game or something.
Yeah, something. People got married, they met and they got married virtually on the game. And people, there are some people who, I'm not going to say older people, but there's some people with that older mindset of that's not good, but that's where we are.
And
That's
how
where we
else
are.
do you become good at something unless you practice?
Yes, exactly. So my thing about the dilemma, social dilemma and stuff, I might watch it. I don't know. I'm one of those people. I don't rush out because media said or people said or this or that. I'm pretty much the kind of person that will say, okay, I'm going to taste it on my own time when I get ready.
Mhm.
And like Liz said, it's like it's like Facebook is the evil thing of the world. I'm not saying it's the it's the greatest thing, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We already know what that is, and we're not going to talk about it. But excuse me. It's like I said about Vegas
It's
and
a tool. It's a
yeah, okay.
tool.
Yeah, let's bring up Pat's comment.
Mhm.
Pat says, my friend Blanche kept telling her kid to stop playing those darn video games, and now he has a job with Google working with video games. See, that's my point. Thank you, Pat, for bringing that up. That's my point. That's my point. If earlier in the 90s or when the 80s, whenever the like the first video game came out with color and all that, not the ping
Mhm.
pong one with the
I know. But when
the
Mario and
Nintendo and every parent was like, "Oh my god, my kid's addicted. Oh my god, my kid, I can't get them." But that's the world they are living in now. Do you know that in the military that they have the people that do the drones, flying the drones, they look for people that have video game skills because there's it's called spatial something that they have to
facial
have.
recognition.
Yeah, because they're not physically where the drone is, so they have to learn the controls
And so
and
when you are using games like Minecraft where you are aerial, you know what I mean? And so you
you're
can see
not there, right? The virtual
they're
world. So
used to
listen,
seeing
the
it
video,
from an
yeah,
aerial view. Yeah.
yeah. So the video games era set up the kids to learn how to live in a virtual world, which fits where we are now. See,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but no, but you as a parent, you're thinking, well, your kid needs to get outside and breathe fresh air. Okay, but
Well,
what are they
and
doing now?
I don't know, but Khalid says what
Okay,
parents
let's
are
see.
saying.
Kalisa, stop playing video games. Get a job. Get married. Be a man. Yeah, right. I play video games and run a business while having a full-time job, raising the 3 children alone. See? Bam. I give it to you, Khalid. You're doing it. See, this is what I'm saying. That you can't listen to the naysayers. Now, I'm not saying social media is
Or to
perfect.
traditionalists, because things
Yeah,
change.
traditionalists. Because that like Terralina said, that happened in the 60s. That happened in the 50s. That happened in the 40s. It happened in the it happened in the 20s. Remember something called Roaring Twenties, where they were all bathtub gin and dancing, and the parents thought they were, oh, my kid
Hanging
is
at the
mentally ill.
CPC. Yeah.
Yeah, but look what happened. So that's why we have to get a grip on, okay, I grew up in a certain era where we did this, and it's like, okay, my kid is growing up in a different era where look at where we are now, and it's for a purpose. I mean, it's not a great way to get here, but society is moving forward in leaps and bounds, and unfortunately, it took some bad things to happen. But we got to look at the future for the kids. Where their world will be is not where we are now.
And the world of work is changing. We've,
Yes. Who
we
would have thought everybody is working from home? They don't even say working from home now. They say WFH.
mm-hmm.
I was like, what the heck is a W? I said,
And
oh,
I had
okay.
to look at it. I'm like, oh, work from home.
Yeah. Because see, but this is where what your kids are doing, you can't relate to it because we grew up in a different era. They
Mm-hmm.
were doing things differently. The things I liked as a teen, my mom was like, what the heck? Because she grew up in a different era.
Mm-hmm.
See? So I'm not saying social media is perfect. I'm just saying don't use it as a tool to bash everything that's wrong
Use
online.
your powers for good, as
Yeah, and
Francis.
you have to, as a parent, and Khalid knows, you have to watch what your kids are doing. You have to
Mm-hmm.
learn it so you know what they're doing, so you can be a parent and learn.
Monitor. Yeah.
So you have to know it. Don't put your head in the sand. Social media is bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. So, and I always tell you, curate your feed, your personal social media accounts. If you don't like the political stuff that's going on right now, it's going on to get worse. So did you curate your feed on Facebook? Have you
Mm-hmm.
paused people? You can mute people for 30 days. You can unfollow but still be friends, and you don't see their posts, so they don't make you upset. See what I mean?
Yes.
There are
Or
tools.
distracted.
There are
Because if you're
tools.
distracted, you won't
Yes,
work your business.
yes, and I always
Okay.
say spend 15 minutes in the morning and look at this, that, and that platform, this app, and then put it down and do what you got to do. Because if you're there all day, you'll get sucked into it all day. Now, this is the part from Social Dilemma where they said about the psychological. There are some things, I'm not saying they're innocent. There are some things they built into the app to where it's called gamification. Not really psychological. That's really mind controlling. They made it where it's addictive because we're bored and they're trying to entertain us. Like Carolina said earlier, the guy from Instagram was saying that they write the algorithm. This is why TikTok is so popular. When you go to TikTok, it gives you what you want based on the thing that you like the last time you open the app. So Instagram is doing the same thing. The last thing that you liked, I like looking at people decorating cakes and unusual cakes, and that's a big thing now. Is it cake? And they make a cake that looks like a shoe, and you go, is that cake? And they cut it, and it's cake. I love that kind of thing. Or either the people that decorate the cake so beautifully, they look like diamonds and gems and stuff. So every time I go to Instagram and go to the Discover or Explore, the little magnifying glass icon where you go to search, I see everything based on the last time I was there. So is that mind controlling? Or is that giving me what I want?
Yeah, and without you having to wade through everything.
Yes.
It's sort of like if you read a book and you go to the same section every time, it tends to fall open in the same place.
Yes, when you break the spine of the book.
Yeah, because I'm reading about this and I really like this part and I keep going back to it, or I put the book down and it eventually sort of self-marks itself.
Yes, it's self-marked. So
it opens
I love
up
that. It's self-marking. It's self-mark. Now, again, like I said, if you are, the Vegas thing and you're, addicted to gambling and stuff, you shouldn't go to Vegas. That's just life. So if you feel like your kid is addicted, well, do you pay the bill? Do you?
And is it just the video games, Terry? Because I know that my brother, who's retired, takes out his iPad and he loves to play solitaire.
Okay.
He will play for hours on his iPad.
My brother-in-law I remember when, things started to happen, he was addicted to it also. So is that an evil intent on the part of solitaire? No, that's your brain connecting to what you like.
And it's good for your memory.
Right. But see, there's no filter to tell you to stop. Well, if you have an iPhone, it will show you like where you spent the most time so you can self-regulate. So you have to self-regulate. And if you have children, you have to regulate them because you're the parent. You're the parent, no one else. So you have to, those are things that you have to learn about this app. That's why I said, look at TikTok. Oh, I don't know. Your kid is on it. So you need to be at least familiar with the inner workings of the app. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So now let's get back to the top. Really, I mean, that's intent. And I'm glad we talked about the social dilemma and stuff. But I really wanted to talk about the creating intent-based content. And that ties in to it a little bit, the social dilemma, because that's people talking about what Facebook is making me. Well, it's not. They really honed in, really targeted to the things that you like. And that's a good thing, right?
Now, I think it's convenience.
Yeah. I mean, but as you see, we said with this film, other people have a problem with Facebook controlling everything and they're mad. Well, if you want to live in a paper and pen world, you can live. They still make paper and pen. They still make notebooks. Nobody's forcing you.
I don't understand why we want to control other people's businesses. You have, this is America. You have the option to either support that business or not support that business.
True. But that's why I said we're in that, right? We're in that business. Right. We're in that process of online where people are figuring out how to use it. And that's the intent. Like, okay, the shiny part of it is done. The newness has worn off. What do I really do with it? How does it serve me? How does it help me? And we're talking about this in a business sense. Like you said, if you're not, we're in a part where if you don't like a certain segment of society, you can totally disassociate yourself with it because social media allows you to do that. Why would you follow something that you're not interested in? Like I love to bring up golf. I don't like golf. I don't know nothing about golf. I know Tiger Woods is whatever, but it's not something that interests me. I follow the things that interest me, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's so much overload that you don't have to pay attention to everything that's online today.
But you know, we've always been able to do this. You get before digital.
Yes.
You got the newspaper. If you didn't read the sports section, you can't.
Okay, but see, you're right. But see, this is something with the phone, the smartphone, is something with the internet that people cannot disassociate themselves from the things they don't like. Like you said about the paper, it's like their minds can't do that online. I don't know why. You can.
You just swipe.
Right, and then Khalid said, there's technically no such thing as internet or phone addiction, in my opinion. I agree with you 100%. There's just addiction.
It's a tool. You either use it or you don't.
There's addiction. There's not internet addiction. There's addiction, because if you weren't addicted to the internet, you'd be addicted. That personality would be addicted to gambling or drinking or one of the other vices. It's just that internet has so entwined in our system. Like I told you, the guys, was it 2 months ago? I didn't have internet the whole weekend. I was going crazy. Does that mean I'm addicted? No, it means that it's a part of my life and how I got my news and my entertainment and everything. So I resorted to watching DVDs or reading books. I had a backup thing to entertain me, but I needed it for work.
But it's right up there with electricity and water.
Right. So take away your water. Right. Flint, Michigan, take away their water. What are they reduced to? It's a shame that, right. Getting water from a community source, taking container. So you see, that's an inconvenience. You don't want to be inconvenienced. So I don't understand the people that say it's not that. It's that our lives have gotten to the point where the internet and technology does things for us. We have robots that do surgery now. Did you know that? Did you know that a robot can do surgery?
Is that much different from the technician who comes in during surgery and places the artificial leg or whatever on, because the doctor is not trying to do that?
But see, the doctor's there. It's just the process of doing it. If it's certain things that a human doesn't have to do, like the self-driving car, there's a technology that's going to be fine-tuned and honed to precision to take those mundane tasks away from the human, where they can focus on something else. That doctor can focus on something else while the robot is doing the basic procedural things and he's overlooking it. So,
and it's a more precise. Maybe more precise.
Right.
Down to the nth of something.
It's all science and mathematics. Really what it is. So I don't understand why there's such a bashing going on, and I don't know. I mean, really, it's the same thing. It's like Khalid said, there's no such thing as the internet or phone addiction. It's just that this is the thing that we're using. It's evolving in our lives to where it's going to be a secondary thing, and you're not even going to think about it. For example, the A device that I have, that I won't say, I didn't want one. I was like, I don't need that thing. But when I got one, I was like, well, we need one over here. Because, and then when the internet went down, I'm talking to the air going, A, do this, A, do that. And I'm not getting my news. I'm not getting the weather. I'm not getting my mail. I'm not making calls. So does that mean that I was addicted? No, it was integrated into my life. See, so I could free myself up to do other things. So, I mean, there's several ways to look at it. I'm the kind of person, I'm like, listen, you have to learn it first. If you're not comfortable with an app, go in there. You don't like to go in there and look at it and search for the thing that you like and see what it gives you. And then you'll be using TikTok going, oh, but are you addicted? No. So, yeah, it all gets to the intent. All right, so let's get into the intent of content and creating content for your business. Now, I was saying about intent in the sense of keywords and hashtags and searching, searching on Google and things like that. Because Google is it's more than just putting some words in, or now you can, I use the voice so I can say things that I want. And
Mm-hmm.
now Google has the ability, and they've been working on this for years, to know the intent of when you ask for
I
something.
remember when there was an article about that. Yes.
Yes. So
What you
Google is
really
the
meant.
leader, the forefront of this, and it's really the thing that you want, because one of the examples was, you're looking for a plumber, and you say, hey, the search things that people are doing now, they say blank near me,
Mm.
blank near, and I had a hold on, let me see if I can. Excuse me, I was trying to bring up the example that I had, and like I said, my Evernote was down. I use Evernote among other apps. Oh, good, it's up. Let me see. I have an image that I want to show you. Just a second, guys. So, Google has been working on this, and this intent thing you need to pay attention to, because it's going to roll over into social media, which we just kind of talked about with the dilemma, but people are not happy. People are not
No,
happy
some
about it.
people are not happy now.
Okay, let's say some people. It just seems like it's, the bashing thing really gets to me, and I'm
Well,
like,
people want, when you're looking for a headline, you want something that, you know,
yeah,
moves people.
sensationalism or
Yes, that's a good word for it.
all right. So I have this. Can you guys see that? And then my screen is I have it set to
Yes.
dark. So, um,
Car repair near me.
yeah. So this is what intent is all about, and I want you to look at this and think about it. Oh, Khalid has some. He said there's a robot vacuum in my house. Let me put this up real quick. He said there's a robot vacuum. Vacuuming my house does a better job than I do. See, that's
Mm.
what's going on in technology. But this is simple, and I want you to see. This is what intent is all about.
Mhm.
Google. This is how people Google things now. Blank near me. So this guy is saying car repair near me. But what is his intent as far as purchasing? Is what I want you to look at this and think about. He's not saying car repair, because that intent, there's no not target. There's excuse me. There's no refinement behind the search. Excuse me, guys.
Mhm. I'm not sure what that means. So when you clear your throat, Terry, you're gonna have to expound on that because I'm not sure I
Okay, so
understand.
intent-based searching, intent-based content is about what this guy wants. This guy is your customer. This guy is your audience member.
Mm-hmm.
He's not searching for car repair. He's saying near me because he's in a situation that he needs one right now.
Okay.
Get that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't search car repair because that gives you Wikipedia. That gives you encyclopedia based
Ah,
returns. Does that make
okay.
sense?
Definitions and
I don't.
explanation.
Okay, so this guy, does he need a definition of car repair?
No, and he doesn't need an explanation of what car repair is.
Does he
He
need
needs,
information or does he need help?
he
I'll put
needs
it like
help.
that. All
He
right,
needs,
so that's what intent-based searching is, and Google has led the leader with this. And you guys, you can try this right now or later or whenever. If you go to Google and something that you want and put near, and when you start typing it, in the drop down there's some suggestions. You'll see near me, because
mm,
Google has started to look at intent, the
mm-hmm.
intent of the person. What does the person need right now? Same thing with pizza. And here, I'm going to take this off the screen. Same thing with pizza. When you Google pizza, what are you Googling?
You're
You
look, you're
definition?
looking you're looking for something
I
to
want
eat now.
I want to eat now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
pizza near me. And
Oh,
you don't have to think about near me. It'll pop up for you. It's happened to me. And I was like, wait a minute. Google is doing this intent thing. Now I've been following a guy that writes about search intent and search engines. I can't remember his name right now, but I've been following him for years on Google, and he was talking about, he wrote a book about this very thing about 3 years ago, and he said it was coming to where
I
searching, go ahead.
I remember articles about this.
Right. So they've been talking about this. This has been, Google is working on the next thing while we're talking about intent
Uh-huh.
search, the intent of the consumer or the person that you're trying to reach. They're working on the next big thing, whatever it is. But they're working on it. Google is like 2 steps ahead of us. So they've been doing this intent thing for a while. And I wanted that picture when I saw it. I was like, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. So things are starting to go from big, and I, like I said about the internet, we're starting to get over the shiny new, oh, look what it can do, to I want it to help me. I want it to serve me. I
Yes.
want it to fix my problem. I have a problem right now. I don't got time to tell you that I got a problem. But I don't want a definition. I want a solution. Let's look at it that way. I don't want a definition. I want a solution. Pizza near me is a solution. Car repair near me is a solution. Plumber near me. I'm in a dire situation when I need something right now. I
Yes.
don't
If
want.
water's all over the floor, I do not
Yeah.
need a definition.
So think about all of the things that you could do. It's near me, and most of these are, I know most of these, sorry, are service oriented or
Mhm.
a solution oriented. But this is the way that Google is serving up information to us, and also on social media. So that's why I wanted to bring it up, because this is why you want to know why TikTok is the hottest thing and why Mark Zuckerberg is so mad, because TikTok is the most downloaded app. It
Mhm.
beats everything that Facebook has. That's why they're so mad. And why? Why? Because TikTok gives you what you want, and it remembers that you like something. Oh, you like flower arranging? Here's some videos. Oh, and I'm telling you, get off of the teens dancing. Yes, that's what they're doing. But what is your generation, your audience, the people you're trying to reach? What are they doing?
Mhm. Mhm.
They're serving out information. TikTok is a place to serve out information in, and I made this word up, info edutainment.
Okay, I like it.
And let me type that in so you can, and I'm going to explain it, info edutainment. Okay, and I'm going to put that up right here.
That is a great
Now
term.
I can't take credit for this. I heard it somewhere before. I was trying to figure out the person who said it. It might have been info edutainment or it was a combination of that. So basically what this is, info, information, education, tainment, entertainment. That's what being online social media is now. That's what you have to serve. That's your intent. You people are on social media for entertainment.
Mhm.
You can give that, you can educate them and inform them, but you have to do it in an entertaining way. I don't mean juggling, I don't mean dancing, but you have to be not the guy in Ferris Bueller. You know, you can't be that teacher that drones. It has to be entertaining in your way. I'm not saying you got to go to acting school, but you have to present it in a real, fun, informative way. It cannot be cookie cutter. It has to be you. Now, this doesn't mean that everybody's going to like you and you're going to get 10 million followers on TikTok or wherever. It just means you're going to get more people because you're giving out the information in this way and you're doing it with the intent of what they want and not what you want to give. Does that make sense? We're all
Oh,
coughing today.
I
Does
know.
that,
It's because I went for a walk and everything's blooming.
yeah, the dust and the fire. Yeah,
Yes, and we're a
yeah,
little more sensitive to the coughing now with all that's going on. We're like, wait a minute, is she coughing? Wait a minute.
yeah. It's like, oh, you coughing? Do you got that? Okay. So
Okay.
I really want to give you just a big definition of internet marketing, but I already put it simply. It's a internet, not internet. Intent Marketing is the practice of marketing a product or service based on a consumer's intent to make a purchase decision as demonstrated by their actions. It's about marketing to individuals whose behavior dictates that they are more likely to take a certain action or make a certain purchase. Okay. So see that definition, that's yeah, okay. But I put it simply with the picture of the guy searching for the car near me. That is intent
And
marketing.
I think I understood that better because I didn't understand all that text, all
That's
that.
right. So we here to make it simple. I'm here to make it simple. That's why when I saw that image of the Google search with the guy in the car, you get that.
Yeah, I
That's
get
intent marketing. So the business who's in car repair would have to make their content, make their searching, make their website information fit around the intent. So that person doesn't want to see a definition of car repair. They want to know, can you fix me now? What that would be Joe's car repair. We come right away when you call. Call us now, phone number. He don't want no video on how to change a spark plug or what, whatever it is. That guy needs help.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why your content, when you're doing it from this way, from intent, it has to be knowing where the buyer's mind or the audience mind is. That's why social media is not a selling tool. It is a communication tool where you build a rapport with different types of customers or audience members, depending on where they are in their mind. See, car repair means I need a car. I'm ready. I got money. Car repair man. Joe's car repair service. You're not going to educate. You're going to fix the pain point. Okay. But see, now somebody on social media is different from searching Google because they are in the mind of, I'm bored. Let me go to Instagram and scroll. This is where you do the info edutainment side comes into, where you don't just post a fact. You got to jazz it up now. Sparkles, rainbows, unicorns, whatever. I don't know, but in your way. It can't be black and white text. It's got to be what's hot now, rainbows. Try to figure out how to brighten up your content if you're in a boring industry.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not saying juggle. I'm not saying dance like the kids on TikTok or reels. If you're using reels, you get on the reels and you say, hey, you're thinking about this, you're doing this, you're whatever. Well, I was just thinking about how to solve your problem, and here it is. Ta-da! And then the next, you set it up, but now it's in 15-second increments, 30-second increments, and you have to get their attention. But you got to know the intent. Does that make sense to everybody? Because I want you guys to get it.
I think so. I'm not sure I can reiterate that. Okay, so you're saying that if you're
let's put it in terms of Khalid is here. I hope he's still here, but if not, it's cool because he's in travel.
Okay.
So how would his content serve on social media versus searching? Somebody wants to go to Greece. Are they thinking about going to Greece next year? Well, unless I know that pandemic, and I'm just trying to push pandemic to the side and say they're ready to go next year, or they want to go now. Say, this was pre-pandemic, but you would have to know their mindset of, he knows this because he's in travel. Are they thinking about it, or are they ready to plan, is what I'm trying to say. That's the intent part of it. So guess what? You have to make content for both places. They're dreaming about the vacation next year, and there's some people that want to go right now. Did that make sense? With intent and travel? Because see, some people plan it and they're in the planning stage, so they're not in the same mind frame as somebody who wants to go somewhere now. I got to book a flight now to whatever. That's different content from the person that's dreaming and planning of going next year. So you give them different content to keep them engaged, to keep them top of mind, your business top of mind with them, and that you're building a relationship because they'll be ready to buy in a couple of months or a year. And then, we could use any kind of other industry. You have people that are the browsers. We're just looking, or we're ready to buy. Same thing.
Mm.
Remember, I think I brought up refrigerator. Like someone who's thinking, I would love to have a new fridge, but I don't have the money right now. They're gonna
Mhm.
go and look on Pinterest and pin stuff. So you got to be on Pinterest with top 5 dream refrigerators that every white woman, whoever wants to have in their kitchen. You
Mhm.
see, you would word it like that versus somebody who goes, my refrigerator is broken, I need a new one. See, they're in a different space than the person that's dreaming about a new fridge. They wouldn't be on Pinterest because they need a new fridge. They would be
Mhm.
on Google, and you would have your website with the information, or you would have your YouTube channel with the information about repairing refrigerators. Now, does that one make sense?
Mhm.
See, that's what intent is. The intent of the person that's consuming your content. And again, this is going to be more work because, yes, you have to make more than one type of content. I don't understand why I see this online where people go, oh man, I got to make different things for Instagram versus Twitter versus Facebook versus Pinterest versus Link. Yeah, it's not that hard. Not that hard. If you're sitting down to make content and planning it, you
Mhm.
plan it out and you change a word or two here. You make it more conversational on this one. You make it more information on that one. You make it more info edutainment, the more entertaining on TikTok or Reels. You see that? But the intent is where's the person coming from? Where's their mindset? So that's another thing we got to think about. And I'm sorry to say it's more work, yes, but it is more work. But you're going to plan all of this out ahead of time, right?
Mhm.
You're going to
Get-
plan it. Okay. So, I mean, I'm glad we talked about the, excuse me, I'm glad we talked about the social dilemma film. And like I said, I might watch it, I might not, but I already knew what the story was on that social media is evil and this film proves it. And oh my God, Instagram is mind controlling us. No, they're gamifying you by giving you stuff that entertains you and giving you what you like. And it's up to you to say, okay, I had enough. Push away from the buffet. What
I love
remember
it.
we used to go to the all you can eat seafood buffet and you're hungry and you're like,
No,
oh, crab legs and shrimp and this and that, and I'm gonna eat everything. And you get one plate and oh, it's good.
you're
Then you say,
done.
oh, I'll get another plate, but that second plate, you're like, maybe I can't all you can eat.
Maybe I can't eat them out of house and home. Yeah.
Right, but it's there. So see, that's the thing about social media and in relationship with this dilemma film, and the people that are saying that it's bad and evil and look at this person tweeting and look at that. Turn away. Push
Mhm.
yourself away from the table. Don't look at it. I know it's hard, but it's doable. Curate your feed. You don't like political stuff on Facebook and all your friends are mad and this and that, nobody's talking. Mute them. Did you see my post on? So, oh, you know what? I was so busy. I didn't even get a chance to get on Facebook today. There, I just gave you out
Mhm. Mhm.
because you muted them, and you don't want them to know that you muted them. So,
Because some things you have to do for your own sanity.
yes,
Okay. And it's okay to take a break.
yes, and I'll tell you this. I was not a fan of Facebook for years. I had an account, but I resisted using it until I saw all the business implications and the tools and the opportunities, and I was like, okay, I could use Facebook for business, but that what my friends and family is. Did you see that post on? I'm so busy on my Facebook page. I'll get a chance to look at. Never did because I either muted you or whatever. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not interested in drama or this or
Okay.
the reality TV show, blah blah blah. And I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying that I
It's
know how to curate
different.
my feed to see what I like. I
It's
know how
not
to
right.
curate.
It's not wrong. It's just different, Terry.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying that
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You
right,
don't have to,
right,
people don't have to beat themselves up. It's just different,
right.
guys. It's okay.
I resigned myself because I wasn't using Facebook. I had an account.
Hmm.
I've been on social media for years. I have myself my Twitter goes back to 2007. Not bragging, but I'm just saying that I was there. I just was not into the things that people are using it for, the drama, the this, the that. I mean, I like to talk about TV programs or we would Game of Thrones and this and that. Yeah, we're talking. But if you spend all your time on social media when you're running your business, you don't have time for new ideas, for thoughts, for content, for the work. See, this is the work part of it. So you got to make time for it, which means that stuff got to go.
Hmm.
Netflix, I'm not watching really. I have Netflix, but I'm not constantly binging watching. I'm like, okay, if I want this week, I did because I was not feeling this. So I was like, I need to turn it off. So
Yeah.
let me veg out on something till I feel better and I do. So, but that's just how I work it. Other people don't, and I'm just saying you have to push yourself away from the buffet table. If Vegas is a temptation, don't go to Vegas. Go to a meditation retreat or something. I'll
I
just
love
play.
it.
But
I
I'm
love
just saying that you don't let these things control you. They have the opportunity to, and like Khalid said, I thank him for that. He said it's not an addiction.
it.
It's
Hmm.
not an internet addiction. Sorry, he said it's not an internet or video game. There are plenty of grown people that make a living off of video games, or they have a business that's something internet related. And guess what? They like to do video games because it relaxes them, so they enjoy it. And there's no um, what is it? There's no pushback. There's no one saying, "Oh, well, you're an adult. You shouldn't be doing that." Well, you
Hmm.
gotta turn it off and take a break from the serious stuff. So that's why we have entertainment. So some people like video games, some people like reality shows. Just push yourself away and don't all you can eat it because it's there. That's where we are at in the internet scheme of the world and the timeline. We're at the part where everything is available, but you don't have to consume it because it might not be good for you. That I
There
like
we
that. Push yourself
go.
away. All right, so guys, thank you for
Keep it-
joining us in this week's chat. We really appreciate you being here. I love all of the comments from everybody. Pat was here. Oh, Corinda
Mhm.
is here. Hi, and we love that everybody's joining us and learning more about marketing. And I love to bring things like this about the intent because I love to see where things are going, and I let you know where things are going and
Yeah,
what you
because
can do
now we
now.
know we should word things differently if we're looking for a different outcome.
Yes, you have to
Mhm.
get into the mind of the audience or your customer.
Uh-huh.
You have to get in their mind and think about the intent of where they are. It's never about us as business owners, it's where they are. What are they thinking about? What do they need? And you need to be the solution. You need to be the answer. So this is another way of deciding, okay, I need to make content. Let me not make quotes and things like those are fine, but they serve anybody? You want to
Mhm.
get into the point where you're meeting your future customer where they are, and you're serving them different things to depending on where they are. Okay, that's what intent is about. So if you got
Mhm.
any more questions about intent marketing or anything that we've talked about, the basics last month, and I did say at the beginning of the show that I will have this information out from last month. Go to dmsreboot.com. That's where you'll go. Also, you can find me here. Here's all the my Facebook things and website. DM me, send me a message, shout out, whatever you want to do. That's what we need to do. Okay. So, and also the Biz Chicks. You can find
Yes.
them.
So
Mhm.
if you're looking to join Biz Chicks, you can text Biz to 33777. We would be more than happy to have you be a part of our community. And when you're joining the group, please make sure that you answer all the questions. Scroll down
Oh yeah.
because a
Yeah.
lot of people haven't been able to join the group because they didn't answer all the questions. I want to
Right.
point that out.
Yeah.
But we would love to have you be a part of our community. And in the group, you will have an opportunity to share what you do, to see what others do, and to support one another, and also
Yeah.
to get information that will help you do business better.
Yeah.
So we encourage that.
Yes. Join the group. It's important. Oh, and the DMS reboot, don't forget about that. And then here's, we were talking about intent, so I hope that this is a topic that skimmed over the top as usual, but we can get into more in depth if you want to. Just let me know. Just put in the chat, send me a message, say, hey, can we talk about this, or can you talk about another topic? Let me know. I'm open to that. It's we're really here to help you guys. So let
We're
us
here
know.
to serve you.
Yeah,
I
we
also,
yeah.
yeah, I also want to share that Biz Chicks is really here to help those folks who are challenged. We have a special thing going for seniors who are challenged with their tech. So we now do senior tech services, and we'll be promoting that soon. But if you know someone or you have a loved one who's challenged by this, and it's really important for them to be able to learn how to work their tools, and
Yes.
sometimes we don't have patience with our own people, you might want to call us and let us give you a hand with that. Okay, so with that, we want to remind you that tomorrow is Wednesday, and we'll be here with Coach Karen talking about your money and your mind, because if you don't have your money together, what good is it? Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, then on
Get that
Thursday,
together.
yes, for real. On Thursday, we will be talking happy, healthy habits with Robin Shamis, friends, because if you don't have your health, you can't enjoy your wealth.
True.
And on Friday, we'll be talking tech with Tech Divas Weekly. We just want you to come on in, join the conversation, and we will give you information about more tools to help you do business better and to take the hassle out of your hustle. So if there's nothing else,
here, Linda's here. Linda's here. Hi. You talking about?
Oh yeah, Linda Nance. How you doing, Linda?
Right, and then here's Cecilia. She said, "Yeah, that's me, senior."
We can help you with those tools, guys. So
yeah, there you go. That's what we're talking about. Join the Biz Chicks.
Exactly.
Okay.
So without further ado, we want to say to you, remember to go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for